There are 4 essential economic freedoms. They are what links life inseparably to liberty, what enables an individual to control his own destiny, what makes self-government and personal independence part of the American experience. The 4 freedoms are: 1. Freedom to work. 2. Freedom to enjoy the fruits of one's labor. 3. Freedom to own and control one's property. And 4. The freedom to participate in a free market, to contract freely for goods and services, and to achieve one's full potential without government limits on opportunity, economic independence, and growth. While the colonialists rebelling against the British adopted the slogan, "Taxation without representation is tyranny," their 21st century descendants seem to have concluded that taxation with representation is also tyranny. Ron Paul, a long-serving Texas Republican who ran for president as the Libertarian Party candidate in 1988, put it boldly: "We need to understand that the more government spends, the more freedom is lost." Rick Santorum, a Republican senator, 1995 to 2007, who vied to be the Republican presidential candidate in 2012 and almost succeeded, put it the other way around: "The less money we take, the more freedom you have." And Ted Cruz, the conservative Texas senator and erstwhile 2016 presidential candidate, famously named the parts of the government that he thought most encroached on freedom. "I have identified the 5 for freedom. During my first year as president, I will fight to abolish the IRS, the Department of Education, the Department of Energy, the Department of Commerce, and the Department of Housing and Urban Development." These conceptions of freedom stand in marked contrast to the ideals articulated by President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, who, in his State of the Union address to Congress on January 6, 1941, laid out a vision of freedom that moved beyond traditional civil liberties, which he confined to only the first 2 in his 4 Freedoms speech. The first is freedom of speech and expression, everywhere in the world. The second is freedom of every person to worship God in his own way, everywhere in the world. Recognizing that these were not enough, he added 2 more. People needed freedom from want, which, translated into world terms, means economic understandings which will secure to every nation a healthy peacetime life for its inhabitants, everywhere in the world. And freedom from fear, which, translated into world terms, means a worldwide reduction of armaments to such a point and in such a thorough fashion that no nation will be in a position to commit an act of physical aggression against any neighbor, anywhere in the world. A person facing extremes of want and fear is not free. Neither is someone whose ability to have a full life, aspiring to use all of her capabilities, is restrained because she was born into poverty. Growing up in Gary, Indiana, the once thriving steel town on the southern shores of Lake Michigan, I saw firsthand this lack of economic freedom for African Americans, who had escaped oppression in the South in the Great Migration, and for the children of so many of the immigrants who had come from Europe to work in the mills. Several of my classmates shared their life experiences with me at our 55th high school reunion in 2015. When they graduated from high school, they said they had planned to get a job at the mill, just like their fathers. But with another economic downturn hitting, they had no choice, no freedom, but to